How many times have you ever said to yourself, "Oh, my aching back"? You know, back pain seems to be one of the most common complaints of most people I know, but especially people who are overweight. As you know, carrying around extra weight puts an enormous amount of pressure on the lower spine. Remember the laws of gravity? You know, the tendency for things to shift downward? Well, if you've got extra weight on you, the tendency will be for it to shift down and put extra pressure on your spine, causing that aching back syndrome. Well, now that you've been following the deal meal, losing weight and exercising, you shouldn't have as much pressure being put on your lower spine as before. But after a long day, you still may be suffering with back pain that really could be annoying. So today, I want to give you some tips on how to reduce the pain you may have in your lower back. One of the best ways to help you avoid lower back problems is have firm stomach muscle. These muscles, also called the abs, are located here. They're your tummy muscles. I'm sure you've seen those muscles on bodybuilders, you know, how they're defined and seemed almost rippled, like the Incredible Hulk or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Well, most people don't have abs that look like that. But firm and shapely ab muscles not only make you look better, they can also reduce your lower back pain. Here's why. If you have weak and out of shape stomach muscles, then your internal or whole organs move out of place and there is a shift in the center of gravity. And since gravity pulls things down, there's greater stress placed on your spine. Not only does your back hurt, but you also develop a very unattractive bulge in this area, your lower stomach. That's the real battle of the bulge, believe me. Gravity is a tough thing to fight. It requires a regular routine of exercising to keep your stomach muscles in shape. Now, if you've ever gone to a health club, you've probably seen this equipment that helps you to work out your stomach muscle. These machines allow you to do an exercise called the abdominal crunch. We are working out the stomach muscles and putting resistance on them by lifting some weights. If you faithfully work out on these machines, you will notice that you can increase the amount of weight you can lift over a period of time. Not only when your stomach muscles get in shape, but you are also strengthening your lower back as you increase the amount of weight you are lifting. Well, since not everyone goes to a health club, there's an exercise you can do right at home to get your ab muscles in shape. These are called sit-ups. You could do this type of exercise at any time. So maybe on a day when you're not doing your sweating to the oldies, you could take some time and work on your stomach and your lower back. Okay, here's what you do. You lie on the floor like this. Bend your knees and make sure your feet are flat on the floor. Lightly place your hands behind your head. Don't interlace your fingers, just sort of rest the back of your head in your hands. Now, lift your head, neck, and shoulders, and your torso in one motion. Focus in raising your shoulders and upper back off the ground so your shoulder blades clear the floor. Hold that position and slowly lower to the floor and repeat. When you do this exercise, you will feel the crunch in your ab area, your stomach area. If you haven't really worked on this area before, you will find this exercise a little difficult to do in the beginning. Just keep working and do it slowly. Remember, when you do this exercise, use nice, slow, even movements. Don't pull up or off on the floor too fast. You don't want to strain your back in any way. For this exercise to be really effective, I recommend that you work up to doing 3 sets of about 15 repetitions each set. If you work on a regular basis, you'll see some very impressive results. You'll feel those muscles tighten up, and your midsection will take on a smoother form and definition. As you continue to work on your stomach muscles, you'll notice that the ache and pain in your lower back will gradually disappear. That's because as you strengthen and tone your abdominals, there is less pressure in a downward motion causing strain on your spine. So even though this kind of crunch isn't nearly as appealing as the chocolate candy bar crunch, if you practice enough, I know you'll be much healthier and see great results.